What's up, cool people? Alright, not gonna lie, I waited a little extra before changing from the start scene there because I was just dropping frames like crazy. And it's still not looking great, but at least it was good for a little while there, so hopefully maybe it'll get better as we go. I don't know. Anyway, so, how's everybody doing? but, um, as for me, pretty well. Just kind of a typical week, at least with the new job situation and all that. But so today, I'm thinking I might try to get through 3 chapters of Bible study, just because there's an odd number of chapters in First Samuel, and chapters 3 through I just realized I said 3 through 5 or 6. That's supposed to be 3. You know what? Let's just say it's 3 through 5 outright. Because that'll be 3 chapters. I don't know. My brain thought about the 3 chapters and tried to correct it more than once, I guess. But anyway, yeah, so chapters 3 through 5 are all not particularly long, like 20 ish verses. So, shouldn't be too bad on that front. So, that combined with there being an odd number of chapters in First Samuel, I just figured I'm probably going to want to do that eventually. So, yeah, I figured now's a good time to try. But, yeah. And then, of course, after that, we'll get into Kingdom Hearts stuff, and that'll pretty much go about as long as I feel like going, but perhaps, kind of on the longer side of things. I'm imagining that'll look kind of similar to last week, with it being somewhere in the realm of like an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes of doing that. I'm trying to, make decent enough progress quickly so I can get through the whole series somewhat quickly. But anyway, okay. So that's the plan. Let me go ahead and get it all set up with like shifting around chat windows and stuff. And then we will hopefully hop into the Bible study, assuming that like it's not absolutely terrible frame drop situations. Consumed by him. How's it going? Nice to see ya. Yeah. Glad you're here. I'm going to take a minute to transition things, but then I'll be getting into some Bible study. So stick around if you got any questions, thoughts, or you're just curious about what might be in this particular section of the Bible. So, yeah. I'll be running an ad break on Twitch while that's all going on. So, we'll see you on the other side. Meanwhile, I totally forgot to check like volumes and stuff. Okay. Just wanted to make absolutely sure that I'm getting some kind of audio out there. Even if it's a bit delayed, that's still better than not having anything. And to be honest, it is definitely delayed today because of all the frames that I've already dropped. Like, I literally have no idea why that's so bad some days. Anyway, So, to somewhat answer what you're saying there, consumed by him, yeah, I'm doing pretty well on the whole. Not really much to complain about, which means I guess it's all pretty good. Um, just got home from work, getting ready to eat in a few minutes. Okay. Yeah, I actually just sat down and ate myself. I still haven't completely like transitioned out of kind of having earlier meal times from my previous job. Like I had to with that job, but now I've like maybe shifted those a couple of hours. But anyway, okay. So, about time for some Bible study. That was weird. It ran ads again. Now the length of the ad break was supposed to be like a minute and a half. So either it was because of that, or there was some weird thing with like the frame rate and dropping so many of those that it thought I like disconnected or something. I don't know. I hope that's not going to be too much of an issue, but at the same time, this is also like essentially my weekly YouTube video recording session. So as long as it's not so bad that recordings are getting all wonky, then I'm still going to try and kind of stick with it. Anyway. All right. Yeah. I think it's about time we get into the Bible study here, and I'll just go ahead and start recording. Feel free to continue leaving comments in the chat and stuff. Just, I might not get to them as quickly while I'm, reading verses or getting through a specific thought or whatever that I have in mind. And yeah, I'll give some context after I start recording here as well, because I figure that helps for the eventual videos that I make out of these. So here we go. Nope. I used the keyboard shortcut on the wrong window. Got keyboard shortcuts set up in, my stream managing software. But the same one that's supposed to start recording in OBS there is also the refresh shortcut in the browser window. Anyway. Okay. I see you found the custom channel emotes. All right, here we go. For real now. Recording time. All right. So, right now we're looking at 1 Samuel chapter 3. And so first couple of chapters basically involved, Samuel being born and his mother dedicating him to service in the tabernacle because, she had prayed to God about not having a son and she really wanted one, and she made a promise that if she had a son, she would give him, in service to the priests in the tabernacle. So it happened, and that's what she did. And then the second chapter was mostly about Eli the priest and his sons mostly his sons not really respecting their priestly duties. But Samuel actually kind of did a better job of, following up and doing that the way that it should be done than his sons did. So then he got a word from some other man of God And that's all it describes the person as, is a man of God. But basically got a prophecy of sorts that his sons were going to die quite soon, and a lot of people in his family and or maybe even the broader priesthood would end up dying. All right, enjoy your food there. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Hopefully we'll meet again soon. So, anyway, yeah, that's about all I think we need for context here. So here we go. 1 Samuel chapter 3. Meanwhile, the boy Samuel served the Lord by assisting Eli. Now in those days, messages from the Lord were very rare, and visions were quite uncommon. One night, Eli, who was almost blind by now, had gone to bed. The lamp of God had not yet gone out, and Samuel was sleeping in the tabernacle near the ark of God. Suddenly the Lord called out, "Samuel!" "Yes," Samuel replied. "What is it?" He got up and ran to Eli. "Here I am. Did you call me?" "I didn't call you," Eli replied. "Go back to bed." So he did. Okay, gonna pause there. So, meanwhile, the first word there is just like, while Eli's sons were basically misbehaving and not caring about their priestly duties, that's the meanwhile there. So as I kind of stated already, Samuel was, assisting Eli and kind of doing a better job of respecting the priesthood than Eli's own sons, who were kind of by birthright priests themselves. So messages from the Lord were rare and visions were uncommon. So that's kind of important to note, even if just for the sake of saying that, like, okay, any hearing from God, any visions, anything like that, like, it was unexpected, even for the priests. So then suddenly, the Lord calls out to Samuel, and he's like, "What is this?" Because again, hearing from the Lord was uncommon in those days. So he kind of assumes that it's Eli and goes and asks him if he called, and Eli's like, "No, go back to bed." Footnote of tabernacle, it says the temple of the Lord, which that basically is just what the tabernacle was at that point. It wasn't like the kind of, it was still the, tent structure of the tabernacle that was the main place of worship of the Lord. It was not like a, stone or whatever other more permanent kind of looking structure that would have been like, the later temple that was built. So, Samuel and Eli have that little bit of back and forth. Samuel goes back to bed, and then we get to verse 6. Then the Lord called out again, "Samuel." Again Samuel got up and went to Eli. "Here I am. Did you call me?" "I didn't call you, my son," Eli said. "Go back to bed." Samuel did not yet know the Lord because he had never had a message from the Lord before. So the Lord called a third time, and once more Samuel got up and went to Eli. "Here I am. Did you call me?" Then Eli realized it was the Lord who was calling the boy. So he said to Samuel, "Go and lie down again, and if someone calls again, say, 'Speak, Lord, your servant is listening.'" So Samuel went back to bed. Okay, so not only was hearing from the Lord uncommon then, but like Samuel being relatively young, you know, wouldn't he certainly wouldn't have heard directly from the Lord before, or at least it's highly unlikely he would have. And that's kind of what it's saying in verse 7 here. Did not yet know the. So it says he did not yet know the Lord. Like, he probably knew of the Lord, knew about the Lord, knew even like what the Lord wanted, but didn't necessarily mean that he, outright knew the voice of God or anything like that. So he's still thinking it's Eli, but after the third time, Eli is like, okay, hold up. I've not been calling him these 3 times. It's probably the Lord. So then he gives the suggestion of, responding with, "Speak, Lord, your servant is listening," if and when Samuel hears another voice calling his name. So, then verse 10. And the Lord came and called as before, "Samuel, Samuel." And Samuel replied, "Speak, your servant is listening." Then the Lord said to Samuel, "I am about to do a shocking thing in Israel. I am going to carry out all my threats against Eli and his family, from beginning to end. I have warned him that judgment is coming upon his family forever, because his sons are blaspheming God, and he hasn't disciplined them. So I have vowed that the sins of Eli and his sons will never be forgiven by sacrifices or offerings." So, he's essentially telling Samuel what was prophesied to Eli before, and more than that, saying to Samuel that, like, hey, this is about to happen. So, yeah, might want to be prepared for that. Especially in Samuel's case, like, that would maybe then call upon him to assist more in priestly duties. Footnote there at blaspheming God. It says, as in the Greek version, Hebrew reads, "His sons have made themselves contemptible." Similar all around meaning either way. Basically just that, Eli's sons were not being good examples. They were basically uncaring of their worship and service to God. And by doing so, they were making God look bad. And because Eli hadn't, like, kind of, wrangled them in and set them straight, God is going to essentially, bring his own discipline into the matter. Then we get to verse 15. Samuel stayed in bed until morning. Then he got up and opened the doors of the tabernacle as usual. He was afraid to tell Eli what the Lord had said to him. But Eli called out to him, "Samuel, my son." "Here I am," Samuel replied. Sorry, gotta take care of something real quick here. Okay. I don't know what the heck is going on with Twitch stuff. I guess maybe just because the dropped frames and connection going in and out, it was thinking like I started another stream or something and kicked ads in again. Or tried to. Anyway. So, understandably, he didn't really want to tell Eli what the Lord had told him. Maybe he didn't know that Eli was already told. But either way, it's like, it's not fun being the bearer of bad news. So, he didn't necessarily want to talk with Eli right away, but Eli calls out for him, so looks like they're about to have that conversation anyway. Hebrews says the house of the Lord there at Tabernacle. Wasn't that the same way that it... it says temple of the Lord. Still, same general idea. Anyway, okay. On to verse 17, and we'll, I guess, wrap up the reading anyway. And then I'll give my final thoughts for that section. What did the Lord say to you? Tell me everything, and may God strike you and even kill you if you hide anything from me. That was Eli speaking to Samuel. So Samuel told Eli everything. He didn't hold anything back. It is the Lord's will, Eli replied. Let him do what he thinks best. As Samuel grew up, the Lord was with him, and everything Samuel said proved to be reliable. And all Israel, from Dan in the north to Beersheba in the south, knew that Samuel was confirmed as a prophet of the Lord. The Lord continued to appear at Shiloh and gave messages to Samuel there at the tabernacle. Anyway, hey Al. Glad to see you. Hope you're doing well. About to wrap up looking at this chapter, but I still got a couple more to go, so it's not like you missed all the Bible study. So Samuel tells Eli about God telling him that Eli's sons are about to die, and there's a whole bunch of other bad stuff that's about to happen to Eli's family. But Eli's like, well, it's from God, so, God knows what's ultimately best. Even if I don't like it, it's gonna happen. So then, the last couple verses just further affirm that, like, Samuel was even closer with the Lord than Eli's sons, or maybe even Eli himself. It's basically confirmed over the course of time that he hears directly from the Lord and is thus a prophet, essentially, because that's really the general gist of what a prophet is. It's someone who hears from God and speaks God's will and God's words to the people. But anyway, that's where we leave things off for 1 Samuel chapter 3. Okay. Al says kind of mostly okay. Cat still isn't doing well. Yeah. Based on what you said, the unfortunate thing is it seems like that's probably not really going to get better. I'm not saying it can't, but yeah. Again, sorry to hear about all that, but yeah. Hopefully it doesn't get you too down. Alright, I've got Twitch bugging me about an ad break because connection issues made it think that I stopped the stream and then started another one or something, I guess. So I guess I'll go ahead real quick. Just run that ad break to get it off my case. And then we'll pick up with more Bible study. Running the ad. I hope that doesn't cause issues for the stream or anything. In the final stages of his condition, yeah. Yeah, I never really answered how I'm doing. Well, I'll get to that after the ad break. Okay. And then we're back over here. Oh. Love it when it does stuff like that, where it, like, doesn't even give you a subsection thing right away. Oh, well. Making sure my Xbox doesn't, like, think I'm ignoring it for too long, because I'm going to need that on here eventually. Man, I was like, gee, the stream's lagging behind quite a bit, but then I realized, no, it's just I didn't change the scene over. Back to this one. Okay. Ad break is done now. So, anyway, to answer how I'm doing, I would say pretty well. Just another week of the newish job situation and kind of trying to, get more, I don't know, trying to, I guess, strengthen, increase, I don't know the best way to word it, but like, the connections that I'm making from my new schedule and other things that I'm doing now, I'm, trying to get into, okay, let's actually, like, try and make some better friends here or something like that. I guess that's the general gist. Speaking of friends, tomorrow I'm going to meet up with some former coworkers of mine from the boarding school job that I haven't really talked to a ton in the past couple of years. So the ones that are still around and that I know, I guess, are getting together for lunch, and I pretty much reached out to them yesterday, maybe it was Sunday, either way, within the past couple of days, saying, hey, got a new job situation, way more flexible. If you ever want to hang out, grab lunch, catch up, whatever, let me know. And then I heard from one of them that they'd be meeting up for lunch on Wednesdays, and they kind of invited me to that. So, yeah, might be reconnecting with some old friends in addition to hopefully making some new friends before too long. Which is just, I don't know why it's so, like, awkward and difficult to make friends as an adult in general, but especially as a single adult. 'Cause, like, it's just awkward going to places by yourself, because, like, you don't want to seem like a total creep just saying hi to anybody. But, how else are you supposed to make friends? I guess you go to somewhere where there's a mutual interest in something, like what I'm doing, and that's, I guess, how it happens. Like, especially if you're not into, like, going to clubs and other things like that. There aren't too many other solid options for a single 30-something guy who has no children. Anyway, okay. Enough about that. So yeah, that's the more complete how I'm doing explanation. Alrighty. About to get into some more Bible study here. In case you missed it, I'm aiming for 3 chapters this week, because 1 Samuel has an odd number of chapters, and these chapters are all like 20-ish verses, which isn't too terribly long. So anyway, before I ramble on too much more, let's continue with the Bible study then. Alrighty. 1 Samuel chapter 4. So last chapter, basically, Samuel, the somewhat young man, we're not told exactly his age, but presumably quite young, is helping out in the tabernacle and goes to sleep one night, hears God's voice, doesn't recognize that it's God's voice because he had never heard from God before. So asks if it's Eli. He says no. After a couple of times, Eli's like, oh, wait, this is probably God because I haven't been calling him any of these 3 times. So then basically Samuel hears from God that a whole bunch of bad stuff is going to happen to Eli and his sons and their family. And eventually, through some coaxing from Eli, Samuel then tells that to him. And it's pretty much the first instance of what eventually turns out to be many, where Samuel hears from God and is essentially over time confirmed as a prophet of the Lord. So, yeah, that's what's going on as we get into this chapter. Then let's get into it. 1 Samuel chapter 4. Now, without any change in subsections here from the last chapter, it also just adds, and Samuel's words went out to all the people of Israel. After the section saying that, like, it was pretty much confirmed that he was a prophet of the Lord amongst the other people of Israel. But anyway, then it continues on. At that time, Israel was at war with the Philistines. The Israelite army was camped near Ebenezer, and the Philistines were at Aphek. The Philistines attacked and defeated the army of Israel, killing 4,000 men. After the battle was over, the troops retreated to their camp, and the elders of Israel asked, "Why did the Lord allow us to be defeated by the Philistines?" Then they said, "Let's bring the Ark of the Covenant to the Lord from Shiloh. If we carry it into battle with us, it will save us from our enemies." I'm hoping, meaning the action, well, not hoping. I'm thinking, just based on the wording of that, is kind of what they meant by it. But, I would hope they're not thinking, that the Ark of the Covenant itself is going to be what saves them, because that's supposed to be, emblematic of God. You see, okay, other manuscripts might say he will save us rather than it, which, okay, he being the Lord then, because it's Ark of the Covenant of the Lord. So maybe that seems to be the thought process here, is like, okay, well, our problem is we don't have God on our side. We need to bring him into battle with us, basically, or at least the closest they can do to that. So, yeah, because otherwise they're going to get absolutely wrecked by the Philistines, it seems. Anyway, verse 4. So they sent men to Shiloh to bring the Ark of the Covenant to the Lord of Heaven's armies, who is enthroned between the cherubim. Hophni and Phinehas, the sons of Eli, were also there with the Ark of the Covenant of God. When all the Israelites saw the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord coming into the camp, their shout of joy was so loud it made the ground shake. That's quite the celebration, I guess. I don't know if celebration is quite the right word, but quite the shout of joy. But, I mean, I guess previously Israel's shouts had brought down the walls of Jericho, so it's like, I guess it's not that ridiculous, relatively speaking. Okay, so Ark of the Covenant's there. And then, verse 6. What's going on? The Philistines asked. What's all the shouting about in the Hebrew camp? When they were told it was because the Ark of the Lord had arrived, they panicked. The gods have come into their camp, they cried. This is a disaster. We've never had to face anything like this before. Help! Who can save us from these mighty gods of Israel? They are the same gods who destroyed the Egyptians with plagues when Israel was in the wilderness. Fight as never before, Philistines. If you don't, we will become the Hebrews' slaves just as they have been ours. Stand up like men and fight. So the Philistines fought desperately, and Israel was defeated again. The slaughter was great. 30,000 Israelite soldiers died that day. The survivors turned and fled to their tents. The Ark of God was captured, and Hophni and Phinehas, the two sons of Eli, were killed. So there's that part of God's prophecy of sorts coming true. I mean, he said that Eli's sons would die on the same day. So, but now also, the Ark of the Covenant is presumably in Philistine hands. Anyway, not sure I said that right the first time. Now, this is not saying that, oh, yeah, other people just putting more effort into the fighting is stronger than God. The problem is that God wasn't really that much on the Israelites' side, especially not on the side of Hophni and Phinehas. Because, they weren't caring much about their priestly duties the way that they should have. So, also footnote there, it says maybe a god has rather than the gods have. Same general extent, or intent. Yeah, my words are not working so well at the moment. Mine's going faster than my mouth. But basically, the Philistines were afraid when they first heard that, God was essentially in the camp of the Israelites. So they were like, well, we need to fight as hard as we possibly can. Otherwise, we have absolutely no hope. So that I guess also accounts for 30,000 Israelite soldiers dying rather than the previous day of combat when it was only like 4,000. So yeah, not looking good. And Eli's sons have died in the process. And then we get to verse 12. A man from the tribe of Benjamin ran from the battlefield and arrived at Shiloh later that same day. He had torn his clothes and put dust on his head to show his grief. Eli was waiting beside the road to hear the news of the battle, for his heart trembled for the safety of the Ark of God. When the messenger arrived and told what had happened, an outcry resounded throughout the town. Probably because they lost the Ark of the Covenant. It was, yeah, sad day. To put it, briefly. Now it doesn't. I wish I had a little bit of a better idea of the geography of where it says they were up here versus where Shiloh was. But I mean, I would still think this dude ran quite far, because it's doubtful they would have let the Philistines get that far into Israelite territory before thinking of bringing the Ark of the Covenant with them. But yeah, so anyway, all that happens. Then we get to verse 14. "What is all the noise about?" Eli asked. The messenger rushed over to Eli, who was 98 years old and blind. He said to Eli, "I have just come from the battlefield. I was there this very day." "What happened, my son?" Eli demanded. "Israel has been defeated by the Philistines," the messenger replied. "The people have been slaughtered, and your two sons, Hophni and Phinehas, were also killed. And the Ark of God has been captured." When the messenger mentioned what had happened to the Ark of God, Eli fell backward from his seat beside the gate. He broke his neck and died, for he was old and overweight. He had been Israel's judge for 40 years. Okay, so that's the first time it mentions Eli as judge, I think. Now, I don't know if it's meaning judge in the same way as, like, the Book of Judges, but I would assume it's at least similar, because Eli was kind of the primary religious leader. But, I mean, okay, so it mentioned him being 98 years old and blind. That just shows you kind of his condition and how physically he's not doing so good. Which then makes it seem all the more reasonable that, like, when he fell from his seat, he then broke his neck and died. Now, I am much younger than that, but she's 4.5-ish years ago. I didn't fall backwards out of a chair, but I did fall directly from a chair to the floor, and didn't break my neck, but it like, hit my head quite hard. Was definitely some scraped off skin there. Busted a tooth plus on the way. Or not on the way, but as I hit, I guess, I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened, because it happened due to me passing out. In any case, you know, all that to say, falling from a chair directly to the floor can hurt. And especially at 98 years old, overweight, and apparently so in bad condition that he was blind and overweight, all these other things. Yeah. So essentially, even the same day that his sons died, Eli winds up dying too. Anyway. Now, it doesn't say what exactly caused him to fall backward, whether it was just, like, out of sheer surprise, or if he was, like, trying to get up out of his chair, or what, but anyway, yeah. That's that. That's what happened to Eli. Okay. On to verse 19. Eli's daughter-in-law, the wife of Phinehas, was pregnant and near her time of delivery. When she heard that the Ark of God had been captured and that her father-in-law and husband were dead, she went into labor and gave birth. She died in childbirth, but before she passed away, the midwives tried to encourage her. "Don't be afraid," they said. "You have a baby boy." But she did not answer or pay attention to them. Probably because of complications from all that. Anyway, what's up, Darthro? I'll catch up with you in a sec here. Verse 21. She named the child Ichabod, which means, "Where is the glory?" For she said, "Israel's glory is gone." She named him this because the Ark of God had been captured and because her father-in-law and husband were dead. Then she said, "The glory has departed from Israel, for the Ark of God has been captured." So, like, we got Eli's sons dying and him dying in the same day. Shortly thereafter, Phinehas's wife winds up delivering her baby. It says she was near her time of delivery anyway. I'm not super aware of the, biology or physiology behind, what sudden stressors or anything like that, like what effect that could have on a pregnancy, but, seems like it was maybe about to happen anyway. And then let's add some stress to that. So she gives birth to a son named Ichabod, which she names him because it's like, well, Ark of the Covenant's gone, priests, the main priests of God are dead, and yeah, all kinds of bad stuff happening for God and, well, for God's people more so. But anyway, that wraps up 1 Samuel chapter 4. Anyway, greetings, people in the chat. Hope you're all doing well. Every time I say Ichabod, you think of Sleepy Hollow. Yeah, that's understandable. Now, okay, let's not that I'm saying this is a super big deal, but pronouncing it the way that I did might be more of like a, Americanized pronunciation. Keep in mind, we're talking about, Israel, which is, a Middle Eastern country. Their syllables weren't always the same. There might have been a lot more phlegm in that name. Could have been something more like Ichabod. But, same name anyway. No big deal. Alright, got one more chapter of Bible study I'm looking to get through here. And then we'll hop into some gaming. Not that I'm in a rush to get this stuff done, but especially seeing how short this chapter was, I was like, oh yeah, I could do 3 chapters this week. Normally I only do 2, because that fits more in line with my YouTube release schedule, but why not? Okay, also, while I'm in a bit of a break here, how exactly do I pronounce, because it's 5 luces is how I read it. Is the 5 supposed to be like leet speak, where that's an S or something, or luces? Okay, just luces. Ignore the 5 in the pronunciation. All right, fair enough. Oh, is it a 6? It looks like a 5. Okay, it is a 5. I might just call you Lucis. Yeah, I don't know. If you... Okay. I'm like, if you want, I'll include the 5 in there. Just... it makes it sound less like a name. I tried to... I don't know. It seems a bit more personal talking to somebody like you're actually, saying a name for them rather than like a username with numbers and whatnot. That might be... Anyway. Owl says, due to Digimon play, I read that as Luch because of Luchamon. Okay. Yeah. I suppose, depending on different cultures and stuff, that would be a possibility. But like I'm thinking of, I mean, shoot, I'm not too far from Dallas. Literally, the biggest name in Dallas basketball is Luka Doncic, but his last name is spelled with 2 C's. So both C's make a ch sound. Now I think there might be some other like mark on the C there or something like that, but oh well. Anyway, alrighty. So, again, welcome to the stream. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, this is me. Bible study and video games. That's pretty much what I do around here. This is just me being me and doing stuff that I like to do and things that I'm interested in, and also trying to, you know, share some of God with people as I'm doing it. Anywho, Lucis says not necessary. Couldn't be the original, so I picked the number of the family members. Okay. Gotcha. Fair enough. So I guess there was already a Lucis added a number there because usernames and yeah, anyway. Kind of like, you know, Xbox or whatever gamer tags and the like, because it's like, oh man, I want to have this, you know, gamer tag or username or whatever, but the original is already taken. So let me, it's almost like the password creation thing where it's like, okay, well, we can't just have you use a word or string of letters here. We need you to put a number in there. All right, so, you know, you might tack a 1 or a year onto there or something. And then it's like, oh, you need a special character, some sort of symbol to go with it as well. And of course, the vast majority of us put exclamation marks in there at the end. There's some guy, I forget his name, who does like a comedy skit where that bit is included, but yeah. Never had to add numbers. Any site that I've joined. Oh, Nevermore was always available. Yeah, I mean, that's sometimes, especially with longer phrases and whatnot, that's doable. Hate those passwords with a special sign and a number. Yeah, especially because they never tell you when you miss the password the first time that a special character is required. I realize them saying that would make it easier then for like hackers to, you know, do bad things to people's accounts. But at the same time, it's like, okay, come on. Like, some of these places require special characters, some don't. What am I supposed to do here? How am I supposed to remember whether this one has a special character or not? Okay. The discussion's all well and good, and I'm having fun with it. I do have some more Bible study to get to here, though. I'd like to finish it up before any other ad breaks come in, hopefully. Actually, let me check on the timing of that real quick. Okay, I still got half an hour. But still. Would rather get it done before that's an issue. So, feel free to keep chatting. I just, as I'm doing the Bible study, might not respond as quickly. So anyway, here we go. All right. So we're looking at 1 Samuel chapter 5 here. At this point, especially in the last chapter, Eli's sons died. Then Eli himself died when he heard the news, especially that the Ark of the Covenant was also lost to the Philistines. And then the wife of Eli's one son also died in childbirth, but before she died, she was still able to name her son, and basically she named him after the idea that all sorts of glory or whatever had been lost from Israel due to all of these recent events. And so, yeah, that's where we are for chapter 5 here. Alsane might have to duck out again at some point. Same reason as before, doing mod stuff for another friend. Gotcha. Yeah, no. All well and good. You do what you got to do. I appreciate the time that you're here, though. Anyway. Alrighty. So, here we go. 1 Samuel chapter 5. After the Philistines captured the Ark of God, they took it from the battleground at Ebenezer to the town of Ashdod. They carried the Ark of God into the temple of Dagon and placed it beside an idol of Dagon. But when the citizens of Ashdod went to see it the next morning, Dagon had fallen with his face to the ground in front of the Ark of the Lord. So they took Dagon and put him in his place again. But the next morning the same thing happened. Dagon had fallen face down before the Ark of the Lord again. This time his head and hands had broken off and were lying in the doorway. Only the trunk of his body was left intact. That is why to this day, neither the priests of Dagon nor anyone who enters the temple of Dagon in Ashdod will step on its threshold. I guess because the head and hands had broken off and were in the doorway? But yeah, so there's maybe been another time, but I'm pretty sure there will be other times later on in the Bible where other people wind up having possession of the Ark of the Covenant and weird / bad things happen to them, and or, their idols and basically symbols of their gods. So, yeah, and really all that just kind of goes to show, or at least is meant to show in these, verses throughout the Bible, that, God has a bigger influence on, what's going on in a particular area than any other of the deities that other people groups worshipped. So, yeah, now it doesn't say that the Philistines have gotten rid of the Ark of the Covenant as of yet, because I guess this had all just happened, but it just says that it was an idol of Dagon. It doesn't say what it was made of. You would assume it wasn't metal if it broke like that. Probably stone would be my guess. Maybe wood. But either way, the fact of the matter is, the sheer influence of the Ark of the Covenant being there, caused the idol of Dagon to fall over and, at least the second time, then break. So, yeah, power of God on display for the Philistines here. And now we get to verse 6. Then the Lord's heavy hand struck the people of Ashdod and the nearby villages with a plague of tumors. When the people realized what was happening, they cried out, "We can't keep the Ark of the God of Israel here any longer. He is against us. We will all be destroyed along with Dagon, our god." So they called together the rulers of the Philistine towns and asked, "What should we do with the Ark of the God of Israel?" The rulers discussed it and replied, "Move it to the town of Gath." So they moved the Ark of the God of Israel to Gath. But when the Ark arrived at Gath, the Lord's heavy hand fell on its men, young and old. He struck them with a plague of tumors, and there was a great panic. Okay, so more bad stuff happening, not just to the idols now, but to the people. So, but in both towns where the Ark of the Covenant has wound up now, God has struck the people with tumors. Now let me look at the footnote there. That's the Greek version in Latin Vulgate. Read tumors. They also say, and rats appeared in their land, and death and destruction were throughout the city. So, certain texts that would be used to form the translations here might have all that other stuff included, but not all of them do. So sometimes it's sort of a judgment call on the translator's parts whether or not to include those particular phrases. But point being, lots of bad stuff happening to the point where people were dying. I mean, the tumors part is at least reminiscent of what happened in Egypt, although that was more so boils than tumors, I guess. But anyway, still, again, main point, bad stuff happening. So the people of Ashdod are like, nope, this is clearly because the ark of Israel's God is here. Their God is against us. We need to get this out of here. So then they move it to a different town. But then bad stuff happens in that town too. The same bad stuff that was happening in Ashdod. And presumably it's happening because, well, A, these are Philistines and not Israelites. They're not God's chosen people. But also because, the ark wasn't where it was supposed to be. Yeah, exactly. They were passing the buck along to the next town because they were getting nothing but bad things from having it there. So anyway, then after this stuff happens in Gath, we get to verse 10. So they sent the ark of God to the town of Ekron. But when the people of Ekron saw it coming, they cried out, "They are bringing the ark of the God of Israel here to kill us too." The people summoned the Philistine rulers again and begged them, "Please send the ark of the God of Israel back to its own country, or it will kill us all." For the deadly plague from God had already begun, and great fear was sweeping across the town. Those who didn't die were afflicted with tumors, and the cry from the town rose to heaven. So, they try to move it along to a third town, but they're like, no. We've heard what's happening with this. We don't want it here. Get it away. So it's become like a hot potato kind of situation now. And eventually, after the third town winds up inflicted with tumors and death, they're like, nope, let's just send it back to where it belongs. It's too much trouble. It clearly is bad for us Philistines in general, so get it out of here. Footnote that it just says he, so he being God in that case, or, Israel's God, because it was the ark of his covenant. So yeah, it's just, it's funny kind of because it's not us, but yeah, I cannot imagine the level of panic that would have been sweeping through the Philistines at that point. So, yeah, needless to say, they were significantly weakened after that, both in numbers and even just from a moral standpoint. Because it was like, hey, they got this military victory over Israel, but guess what? Their God is still wreaking havoc upon us after the fact. So clearly we are not greater than their God, which has got to be a bit deflating. But anyway, yeah, short chapter, kind of short explanation, I don't really have too many other thoughts on that. So that'll do it for 1 Samuel chapter 5. Alrighty. Oh, man. So, that'll do it for the Bible study portion of things, but I am not done for the stream. Stick around. I'll be playing some Kingdom Hearts. And, yeah. Then I'll probably have even less hesitation to engage with chat, but I need to shift some things around in order to get that to be a more reasonable setup. So, while I do that, of course, I'll add stuff on Twitch, because, I need time for the transition anyway. And, yeah, I'll catch y'all on the flip side, playing some Kingdom Hearts. Meanwhile, for people watching on YouTube, I might as well just boot it up here. I forgot to mute my microphone as I moved the stand. Okay. Alrighty. Just getting the game rolling here. Hang on, let me make sure that I move my YouTube chat window over to where I can more easily see it. And then Al says, still having fun in The Sims, created a different family. Well, good that you're having fun with it. I still don't know if that's my style of game, but hey, you know what? Doesn't have to be. What else was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I was gonna edit the stream information on Twitch to say what I'm playing now. Because I am not just chatting anymore, I am playing Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. I mean, technically, it's the 1.5 and 2.5, like, HD collection thing, but I figure I'll keep it to the specific game within that collection that I'm playing. So anyway, yeah. Lucis says, gotta go eat dinner. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Hope dinner's good. And, yeah. Hopefully we can, I don't know, catch up, interact, chat some more, some other time. Alright. So, I don't think there was anything else I really needed to look into to get ready for what I'm doing here, so let the gameplay recording begin, I suppose. Alrighty. So, we're here in Atlantica. I definitely did some stuff in between recordings. Namely... Let's see here. I did some tournament stuff at the Coliseum. I went around and got a bunch of other items and Trinity marks and stuff with the high jump ability. But we still have story to progress here in Atlantica. And something tells me I'm gonna need Ariel in the party for something coming up here. Also, like, Trinity marks are few and far between in Atlantica. So I figure that's not going to be too much of an issue. Kyle says, random question for fun. Would you rather have 4 arms or 4 legs? So most of the time, I can genuinely say I think 4 arms would be more helpful. I mean, with 4 arms you can carry more things, lift more things, you know, basically complete more tasks. Having 4 legs doesn't really help a ton, because it just, I don't know. If anything, that might actually be a detriment, because you've got more legs to try and coordinate. Say 4 legs, but stand on 2, let 2 rest, then when those 2 legs are tired, switch to the other leg. Or, who knows, maybe you'd be able to do like a tripedal kind of setup, but still, just on the whole, I don't see 4 legs being as beneficial as 4 arms. It's just my thinking. So, anyway, I forget if I said what we're doing here in Atlantica. So, at this point, Ursula has taken the trident, and that has left King Triton kind of weak, and we're not totally sure what Ursula plans to do with the trident, but probably not good things. I mean, if you saw the Little Mermaid movie, you probably have an idea of what she's gonna do with it. Ouch. Come on. So, I don't think it says exactly where I need to go, but I think I have an idea. Yep. Ooh. Oh, jeez. Another one of these guys. Great. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we're supposed to go near the sunken ship thing again, but this time we get to, like, reveal something. At least if I'm remembering right, that's what happens next. Okay. I was trying to head this way so that I could do that. Yeah, these guys. Gotta use stop on them. after I hit all 3 of them with stop. Then there's another one that shows up. Okay, now there's this one. Am I gonna hit it enough times before time runs out? Seems like it. Cool. I got a potion. I was kind of hoping for a little more than that, but oh well. More fighting to do. Ouch. Thanks, Donald. And I think maybe Ariel. Thought I might have heard Ariel calling sort of in the midst of that too. Alright. The big jellies are gone, now we just have small ones. Yeah, I can't go out that way. Gonna do this. Now watch it turn out that I'm like unintentionally skipping something, and like maybe I was supposed to go to Ariel's grotto first. Okay, hang on. Like, first of all, where did all these guys come from all at once? Second, I'm getting a bunch of text messages. I'd like to check those real quick. Okay, just trying to figure out rehearsal times for the people playing at church this week. One thing Kingdom Hearts 3 totally got right is the party system. Kingdom Hearts 1, there's no real incentive to use anyone other than Donald and Goofy as the missing party member doesn't gain XP. Kingdom Hearts 2... Kingdom Hearts 2, sure, the absent party member still got EXP, but you don't get to use them all at once. Kingdom Hearts 3, you get everyone in that world. Yeah. I guess, honestly, I don't know if I had thought too much about that. I mean, I knew I basically never did party swaps in this game. Mostly because of, like, not wanting to miss Trinity marks and stuff. But there are, like, a couple of specific instances where, like, you have to use a different party member. Like, I'm thinking of Aladdin in the Cave of Wonders, because you need a boo to get a couple of the statue things. think you might need to have Ariel with you here if you want to get this one particular thing around the sunken ship.
Come on!
Alright, come on. Almost there. Do I really have to... Okay. It's like his last bit of HP was not going down for a moment there. Ether, High Potion, and a Mega Potion. Speaking of healing stuff... Okay, where is the thing that I'm looking for? Oh, well... The thing I'm looking for is over here. Examine. Need some help? I'll show you how it's done. Yeah. I'm not sure that he could do that without having Ariel in your party. But, again, not totally sure, so I'm not gonna try and say it as if I know for sure. I do not want to go there. I was curious for a moment. But then realized that was probably not going to be a good idea, because if I got, you know, shot up out of that area, it probably would have sent me back. And I'm trying not to do a ton of backtracking right now. So anyway, back to the comments on Kingdom Hearts 3's party system and similar things. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 really, like, it's like it tried to take the Smash Bros. Ultimate approach to the combat. It's like, here, we're gonna let you do all the things from, like, all the previous games. At least any of the ones where it was, you know, fluid combat and not, like, weirdo systems of doing things like in Chain of Memory, where it was the cards or any other stuff like that. Combat-wise, though, in Kingdom Hearts 3, it's like, oh, yeah, you get, reaction commands, you get, kinda sort of form changes, although it was more so, like, form changes to the Keyblades. And then it was also, hey, there's these attraction things, and just, yeah. Like, depending on which platform you're playing on, it's like, okay, yeah, for me, yeah, A might technically have been my best friend, but close second was Y, because then it's like, oh, yeah, there's all these other special attacks and stuff that are attached to the Y button. Al needs to head out. All right. Thanks for stopping by, and yeah, hope you have a good day, and hopefully I'll see you around soon. Alrighty. Now, I'm pretty sure we need to go this way. Okay, got ourselves a save point here. Good, because I don't think I need Ariel anymore. So I'm gonna get Goofy back in here in her place. Pardon me. Sorry, real quick, checking the phone stuff again. Okay, more people just figuring out what would be best for the rehearsal stuff. Real quick, there is also a thing here. Make it even. Let me make sure that I saved. What might be a good idea to save before I go into any other battles and whatnot. So now I'm trying to remember if it said that I specifically have to cast magic on Ursula's cauldron, or if there's something else to that. Okay. I thought there would be more past here. I guess not? Or is there another way to go? Yeah, that's it. Okay. I had to turn to get to that. More search ghosts. Yay. I'm thinking, if I remember right, I gotta use magic on the cauldron. But anyway.
Your time has come!
Okay.
Thunder!
Nope. I'm like, wait, do you have to use certain kinds of magic?
Come on!
Depending on, like, the color that it is? Maybe? Yeah, definitely can't just attack the cauldron. See, now it's red. That makes it seem like I'm supposed to use fire. And do I keep using it, or... Okay. Maybe that's it. Yeah, I definitely remember that attack being annoying. Okay, there we go. Now I can get a bunch of hits on her.
Come on.
So yeah, definitely use magic on the cauldron, and then I guess after a few times of doing that, it'll like kind of knock Ursula out. That looks like Blizzard again.
Deep freeze. Deep freeze. Deep freeze. Deep freeze. Deep freeze.
Okay,
Come on.
you just got to do it a lot.
Head up and fight. Heal.
Yeah. Well, at least hitting like any of Flotsam, Jetsam, or Ursula gets you quite a bit of MP, at least compared to, you know, like a normal attack against a normal enemy. Well, hold up. Move away from the cauldron.
Come on.
I just realized I hope Ursula hasn't been healing while I've been attacking Flotsam and Jetsam here. Whoa, hello. Looks like fire.
See ya. Fire. Fire. See ya. Fire. Fire.
Okay. Oh, and battle's done. Sweet.
You'll pay for this!
Yeah, so she ain't done yet. Not quite, anyway. Let's go. We must get the trident back. Learn shared ability, Mermaid Kick. Swim faster or against currents. Equip this and press B repeatedly. I will do that. Well, I will equip that immediately. Any other abilities that anybody got or anything like that? Doesn't look like it. No extra equipment slots. Okay. Does this do anything if I hit it? No. What about this down here? Examine. Yeah, no kidding. Alright, whatever. Okay, so now we go somewhere else. Before I end up, you know, advancing the plot even further, I'm thinking I will go ahead and save again. Okay. Go back here. A little annoying that I have to open that up every time, but oh well. Okay. So now we gotta go back to where there's like a really strong current. And then if I remember right, we essentially gotta use the mermaid kick to get to another spot that we haven't really been to before. Come on. Alrighty. Another big jellyfish type heartless enemy thing here. And as a lot of them seem to do, it spawns some smaller ones. Come on. There we go.
Come on.
Alright. Also, I find it a little bit ironic that this section is called the Calm Depths, although maybe that's more specifically the part that's not... I don't know. Anyway. Gotta go over here, I'm pretty sure. Yup.
You pathetic fools! I rule the seas now! The sea and all its spoil is bound to my power!
I gotta say, I appreciate the fact that they still included that, like, exact quote from the movie.
So fast. Get ready for this!
That's not good to get caught in that, but oh well.
Get ready for this!
It would be great if I could get behind her. So this is what's supposed to happen when she tries to do that to me.
Very tasty.
You use the mermaid kick to go away from her. That one I'm not totally sure I did the right way, but meh, whatever.
Not so fast! Get ready for this!
Heal.
Nope. I'm curious, does gravity do much to her?
Get ready for
Eh. Kinda. Not really that much, though.
Dare distract me!
I never figured out if there's a particular pattern to the, like, lightning bolts or whatever around her. Or if it's ever really worth it to try and move out of the way of them.
Now I'm angry. Time to teach you some respect.
Heal.
This won't be pretty.
But, you know, on the whole, as long as you don't get hit with too many of her attacks. Especially that one. You know,
This won't be pretty.
usually winds up being kind of manageable.
Heal.
This won't be pretty. This won't be pretty.
Heal.
This won't
Good
be
grief.
pretty.
Come on.
She's just like spamming the lightning attack now. No! Dang it. I was a little too late with the mermaid kick there, but
This won't be pretty.
she's close enough to being defeated, I figure it doesn't matter that much. Sure am glad I had all that MP. Alright, we got the trident back. Daddy, I'm so sorry. Please don't be angry with her. It's my fault. You followed Ursula because I wouldn't let you follow your heart. And when you found that crystal, I lost my temper and destroyed it. Oh yeah, the crystal. Why did you destroy it? That crystal held the power to reveal the keyhole. The keyhole is dangerous. I had to keep you away from it at any cost. Daddy. Keybearer, I have one more request. Seal the keyhole. My trident also holds the power to reveal the keyhole. Will you do it? Of course. That's what we had in mind from the start. Where's the keyhole, Daddy? You should know better than anyone. It's in your grotto. Really? Sora, let's go. Obtain the power of Thunder. Thunder is now Thundara! Also got Ansem's report number 3. Okay. Might as well save once again. Alright, so we gotta go back to Ariel's grotto, I guess. Now, why was I thinking the keyhole was right there? Like, behind his throne. I don't know. Anyway. Although I guess part of that thinking was because of, the way that it was just showing his empty throne there. Alright, to the grotto! Bubbles! Not my bubbles, though. I mean, I guess it makes sense that the keyhole is near the spot that the trident has to, like, interact with.
Tell Tell me, Sora.
I still think it would have made
Your
more sense
world?
for it to be on the back of
What's it
Triton's
like?
throne.
Oh, about that. Sorry for lying to you.
It's okay. Besides, if you can travel to other worlds, maybe I can too. So many places I want to see. I know I'll get there someday. I'll find a way, somehow. I'm sure of it.
Well, if you find it, do me a favor and leave me out of it.
This is from my collection. I want you to have it. You got the Crab Claw Keyblade thing. Yeah. This is definitely the preferred version of Atlantica over Kingdom Hearts 2, I gotta say. But anyway, so the Crab Claw, same strength, but also one more MP. Is that one? Okay. Enhances magic and summon power. Jeez. Yeah, that seems like the best one to go with. On the whole. Just saying. Alright. Well, suppose now it's about time we get ourselves out of here. I suppose the quickest way to do that would be going back to the palace and then using the save point there to then, you know, go to the gummy ship and do other things. There's definitely more that I can do here, but I will save that for some other time when I'm not in the midst of recording and trying to make story progress. Alright, saving once again. Alright. Now maybe once I get out of here, I'll stop getting, you know, flags on my VODs and YouTube videos and stuff for copyright stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 stars. That one looks to be 7. Okay. So I think I'm gonna have to warp to Agrabah first, and then go around to this world. Still trying to do them in order of difficulty. Not that I don't think I could handle the 7-star one, mind you. But that's also kinda how the game is intended to work. That you do it all in that order. So, more gummy ship travel. Yay? I don't know, especially in the first game, the gummy ship stuff wasn't exactly my favorite part. Still not the biggest fan of it, really. But at least I, you know, managed to customize the gummy ship enough to make it slightly more interesting. And, you know, I guess the final mix version also has, like, these scores and whatnot. The original version of the game did not have those. Sandy. What's the Sandy blueprint? I sincerely hope this is actually taking me to the next world and not, like, back to, I don't know, Wonderland or whatever it would be. I mean, pretty sure I selected the right path, so I don't know why it wouldn't take me where I'm trying to go. There it is. Hey! There's our next world. Halloween Town. And here we are. This sure is a spooky place. I bet the people here are scary looking too. Don't worry, we look spooky too. If they scare us, we'll scare them right back. You think so? Alrighty, saving now that I'm here. Hello, my name is Matt, and I'm a save-aholic. And there's immediately another scene. Kinda. Maybe not one that I need to remove my webcam for. Oh, wait, we can't attack these guys. But what's up with that? M. I mean, I know what's up with that. I was just kind of playing along in that moment. You know, in a place like Halloween Town, having spooky things just kind of comes with the territory. Hey, there we go. Elixir. I knew I remembered there being something with pulling that. Yeah, we get into more of a actual cutscene kind of deal.
And now, allow me to introduce the Master of Terror, the King of Nightmares, Jack Skellington! Bravo, Jack! Bravo! Those ghosts will be a big hit at this year's Halloween.
Thank you. But their movement still needs work. It's not scary enough. I want to strike bone-chilling terror. I'm going to consult the doctor.
Then I'll go attend to the decorations.
So yeah, these guys are, I guess... Well, they still got the Heartless symbol on them, but... I guess they're just not, you know... They're just not the kind that want to bother us. I don't know if it was like they died and then like their bodies got reused for something, or if they like got brainwashed somehow, or Dr. Finkelstein maybe did some surgery on them or something. I don't know.
I don't understand. Maybe the guidance system was damaged in the explosion.
Nonsense. My devices are always perfect.
Oh, I've got it! Why, of course. The Heartless need a heart. Doctor, do you think we can add a heart to that device?
Certainly. A heart's not all that complicated. Let's get to work.
To make a heart, first take a container with a lock.
We need the key to this thing first.
You're really gonna unlock it for them? Why not? If they succeed, we won't have to fight the Heartless, right? Besides, I want to see the Heartless dance too. Don't you? Not really.
My, that was amazing! And you are...
Sora,
Well done, Sora. I'd like you to be a part of this year's Halloween.
what's this Heartless doing here?
Oh, the Heartless came to town just recently. What's frustrating is I can't get them to dance with me. So, the Doctor and I are trying to improve the guidance system. He's quite a genius. Okay, Doctor, let's continue. The ingredients for a heart. Pulse. Emotion.
Terror?
Fear. Hope and despair. Mix them all together, and we have a heart.
Yeah, that might be their recipe, but I'm not sure that's how hearts actually work.
It failed! Maybe we're missing some ingredients. Let's try adding memory. Sally? Sally! Good-for-nothing girl. Don't know why I bothered creating her. Sally's got the memory we need. See if you can track her down.
No problem. Sora, would you like to come along?
Sure.
But in case I run into any Trinity marks, I will not be having Jack in the party. Okay. So we're trying to find Sally. Ooh, got a torn page. Glad I checked that. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I have a bunch of those things as well. Like, I think I've got 3 now that I haven't even done anything with.
Jack! We have a major crisis! The Heartless are completely out of control! We can't stop them!
Maybe our experiment triggered something. Everything will be fine, Mayor. You have nothing to worry about.
Donald's got to look like, oh, really? Nothing to worry about, eh? Also, like, the Shadow Heartless have just a slightly different look to them in Halloween Town. Like, they're a little less black, slightly more gray. And I'm assuming the idea for that is to make it look a little bit more like they were, I don't know, like handmade with some sort of fabric or other sort of material like that. Okay. Now I know we're supposed to go look for Sally, but I have one thing I'm thinking I want to try to get in here. I don't know for sure if I can get it though. No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay. Like up on top of some of that's actually up higher on this thing. Or maybe that one, I don't know. There's a chest up high around here somewhere. Wanted to see if maybe I could get to it, but it seems like that's a no. At least for now. And we've gone completely around in a circle. This is probably where we need to go. Man, been going for quite a bit here in this recording. Maybe I'll save it and then take a little break in between the recordings here. That seems about long enough for one. Okay. Alright, one recording of Kingdom Hearts stuff down, but I still plan on doing another. However, since I've only got 24 minutes till a Twitch ad break kicks in, I might just go ahead and roll that, and then we'll be good for over an hour afterwards. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Be back in a little bit. Meanwhile, for anyone who is watching on YouTube or otherwise wouldn't see the ad break, well, you can just enjoy the music, I guess. Alright. Be back in a bit. I also now have snackage nearby. in case my throat winds up not doing too great. I mean, it's not the best at the moment, but it's not terrible. But I'm trying to be prepared in case it gets more into the terrible territory. Anyway, did anybody get any other... Nah, okay. Now that I've got this particular Keyblade equipped, I might want to think about using some summons here, because I don't do that enough. Anyway. Alrighty. About time to get back to it, I suppose. Okay. So, we are here in Halloween Town, looking for Sally. Apparently she's got the memory that Dr. Finkelstein is looking for. And good grief that, like, voice crack or whatever. Let's check this place too, once the Heartless here are out of our way. Alright, I've got a Keyblade that's better for summons and whatnot, but I don't want to use a summon against just shadow enemies. Like, come on. I mean, really, on the whole, I'd rather save it for something bigger.
Come on!
These guys. Now, what's happening now? Yeah, Zero.
Zero, have you seen Sally anywhere?
Is something wrong, Jack?
No, everything's going great. We're going to have the best Halloween ever. All we need now is your memory.
Memory? You mean this?
Get it?
Jack,
Because it's called a
I have
forget-me-not.
feeling about this. Why don't you try something else?
Because if
There's
you're not
still
forgetting
time.
something, you're remembering it.
Nothing could beat what I've got planned. Once we give the Heartless a heart, they'll dance just as I envision it. Trust me, you're going to love it.
Sally doesn't seem too sure about that. I have a bad feeling about this. So, back to the lab, I guess.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I sure did. A heart. What should we do?
Gosh, you really are stupid. Isn't it obvious? Tell Oogie Boogie.
Okay, so honestly, that voice in that particular moment totally made me think of Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls. Just, I don't know, slightly meaner sounding? I don't know. Anyway, let's talk with the doc. Yes, this is it. Now, just one more ingredient. We need surprise to complete the heart. The mayor should know where it is.
A heart. That bonehead Jack is really making a heart. I'll be jiggered. That works for me. Ooh, when I get my hands on that... Well, I've got no hands, but I'm still gonna nab that heart and control the heartlet.
Surprise, surprise. Oogie wants to control the Heartless. Alright. So now we got more enemies in the town square. This is basically the town square as far as I'm concerned. Might not officially be, square shaped, but whatever. That's the general idea. Ooh, more health for Sora. Damn. Okay, maybe this would have been a time to use a summon. In fact, you know what? Sure, why not? Genie! I haven't used Genie yet. Now... what exactly do I do with Genie again? It's gotta be something I do with Genie, right?
Thunder!
Is it just magic stuff? Or like what? I'm confused. I thought Genie was supposed to like... oh! I gotta lock on to enemies first. Okay. That makes more sense. Come on. Okay, so with Genie, you have to lock onto an enemy first before he'll do his thing. With Simba, you just got to make sure that you charge, or that you hold Y to charge his attack. Maybe eventually I'll have it figured out enough where I can, you know, actually feel comfortable with using them. Alrighty. So, we're looking for surprise, he said. And I need to talk to the mayor for that. Mayor, I think, should be over here, or is he just outside? Last we saw, he was outside Dr. Finkelstein's lab. So maybe I need to go back there. Maybe I just missed him as I was leaving. Is he here? No, he's not. Okay. Maybe my first guess is correct. Alright. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay. I guess he's not there. So where is the mayor? Oh, mayor. Mr. Mayor. I need to ask you something. Where do I find you? Unless he went... Yeah, I guess he's like in a different area then. Okay. Let me try going back to where we met up with Sally. Maybe he'll be there or somewhere past there.
Come on!
Okay. Back to the graveyard. Oh, hello. We got a bunch of these dudes now. What do I do when they're spinning? Is that the thing for arrow or stop?
Fire!
Arrow?
Defense!
Okay. That's what that is. And thunder.
Here!
Thunder shard. Guess I accidentally hit the other one there too.
Deep freeze!
I did not mean to hit the other one, but oh well. Thunder.
Thunder! Here!
Ooh. Got some mystery goo. And I'm guessing a thunder shard. Maybe thunder gem? I don't know, anyway. Examine! Hey. There's the mayor. Ghosts rise from those tombstones. Check the tombstones in the order the ghosts appear. If you get it wrong, you're in for a surprise. I can't tell if it was... And then I thought there was, like, another one over here. Was it... Hey, cool. Splendid. Now go look at the pumpkin. I think that's the first time I've gotten that right on the first attempt, honestly. Contained Jack in the Box. That is indeed a surprise of sorts. And then we get the pleasant surprise of more Heartless on the way back. Some of the gargoyle statues turned into these dudes. I'm not sure that's how that works. Okay. Does it for that area. So, like, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. But, like, if there's anywhere that the people would try to, like, befriend the Heartless, then it would be Halloween Town. Practically anywhere else, you figure most people would be scared of the things, but it's a little harder to scare the people of Halloween Town, you know. Scaring is kind of their whole shtick. I guess the Monsters, Inc. world would be similar in that way, but they're not so much trying to be, you know, spooky like that. It's just, you know, they scare kids in other ways. Yes, this is it. And cutscene,
There
yeah.
you go. This time it's sure to work.
And they stole the heart. The nerve of those little hooligans stealing my work.
Ah, we lost them.
Zero! After them, quick!
How does Zero know who they are? I'm just saying. And we're back to fighting. Ooh, hey. New Heartless. Not... like... I'm just saying, in this playthrough, Heartless I have not fought before. Yeah, I can actually guard again. And now the X button isn't occupied with, like, you know, changing my elevation in some water or something like that. Looks like we're still going back this way. Alrighty, back to the graveyard. Alright. Well, now we have an idea where they're going.
Thunder!
Oh yeah. If I'm gonna be fighting a bunch of those winged, kind of dragonish looking dudes, definitely gonna be a better situation for using some MP. Because they drop a whole bunch of the stuff. Back through here. And through another door.
Thunder! Come on!
And there's probably going to be more enemies around here. Hey. Not totally sure what throwing that is supposed to do, but okay. Oh, yeah. Maybe if I throw it at an enemy, then it will explode and deal some damage to them or something. Alright, now how do I get the pill or whatever to do a thing?
Come on!
Okay, so maybe the fighting will settle down here a little bit. Yeah. But not for long.
Thunder!
Okay. Yeah, there's another one. That's a white Trinity mark. Can't really do much with that right now. Can't do anything about it, actually. Oh my gosh.
Come on!
How many Heartless are we going to have to fight here? This is almost as bad as that one part of the deep jungle. Okay. You done now? Examine. Ah, there we go. That's how I do it. Right. More fighting.
Thunder!
I am so glad Thunder got upgraded.
Come on!
Like, I mean, it's just one of my go-to spells anyway, so getting a stronger version of it is much appreciated. I'm not gonna say that this is outright the case, but it sure seems like there's quite a bit higher of a fighting to story ratio here in Halloween Town so far than quite a few of the other worlds. I mean, Yeah, attacking not doing anything. Probably gonna use fire on it.
See ya!
But I don't even want to use that right now. Hopefully it'll stay like that for later, though. And this is where I inevitably get down into the water.
Come on!
And then before too long, we have to go back up. And then actually cross the bridge, and yeah. Then we make some progress. Okay. Open. Flare gummy. Oh. More enemies over here. Alright, Goofy's got more AP. Nice. On that note, so he's got 2. Meaning I could give him treasure magnets or... Him having treasure magnet, I don't know if it's such a big deal. Tell you what, I will give him rocket and cheer. Maybe if he gets some more AP, I'll give him MP rage instead. Still more fighting. Okay. Really?
Come on!
There we go. Alright. We done now? I think we're done in this area. Alrighty. On to Oogie's Manor.
I knew Oogie Boogie was behind this.
Yeah, let's try not to fall down here right away. Although, the enemies are going to make that difficult. I definitely hit the button to block. Okay. Open. An ether. Considering how little I've been using items, I don't know if that matters a ton. I suppose if nothing else, you know, I can sell it off later. Open that. Another ether. Fire.
Fire!
Up we go. Well, maybe. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all come to me. Instead of trying to go out there where there's not ground or any kind of floor or platform or anything to keep me from falling. Oh, but maybe I want to fall at least once. There's some Trinity mark or another that it's possible to miss, if I remember right. If I remember right, there's a Trinity mark that you can miss. That, like, if you don't do it before fighting Oogie Boogie, basically, like, it disappears, but maybe there's a way for you to then go back and get it afterwards. I forget how that all works.
Come on!
I don't know if I want to get too close to that right now. Also, there doesn't appear to be anything at the end of that platform. If I remember right, there's something in that cage. I'm really hesitant to go real hard on the attack. Because, like, don't want to fall off.
Come on!
Yeah. Okay, well, there's one down. Woohoo, I teched off of the... okay, you know what? Can I thought for sure I could actually, like, jump up here and get into the cage. Maybe not. Alright, fine. And I shall continue. Finally, something that'll drop some health. I am not jumping out there to fight you. Alright, forget it. Yeah, you see, if I go up there... and I'm pretty sure I'm starting... well, pretty sure I'm getting into somewhere that I'm not sure I want to just yet. As much as I don't like falling down and having to redo a bunch of stuff, I want to make sure I don't miss anything. So, just this time. Now.
Come on!
Well, apologies for not making a ton of progress. real quick, but that's honestly just how Halloween Town goes. If I get into that, I'm pretty sure it'll take me back up somewhere. Aha! Trinity Mark. I guess the shake from us running into that is supposedly what would have caused the chest to fall. But yeah, I think that's the Trinity Mark that I was talking about earlier. That, like, it won't be there if you complete, you know, the main thing you're supposed to do in Oogie's Manor first. Alright. Take us up. I'm like, where did the other one go? I'm guessing it fell. Alright, fine. Alright, what's up with this here hole? Seemingly nothing good.
Fire!
Alrighty, now I'm actually gonna, you know, get all the way up to the top and not throw myself back down. No, do not go off platforms, or I would be quite disappointed if that happened. I'm also trying to remember where this takes me. It doesn't take me anywhere. Okay. Well, then we go back over here. Sorry, I was just taking a look at the time. Specifically the recording time. Okay. And now we're up here. No! Do not fall down. Enemies can fall down, sure, whatever. You know what? Let's just go in here and not risk maybe falling. Never mind. That was just a quick little thing. A lot of this fight really just seems like total guesswork as to who you should try to hit and when. I mean, generally, you want to try to get one of them taken care of all the way before focusing on any others. But still, they don't exactly make that easy. Okay, there's one of them. Did I just get both of them at the same time? I think I did. Sweet. We were just following orders. Oogie Boogie told us to steal the heart. It's all Barrel's fault. It was his idea to tell Oogie Boogie about the heart. Yeah, that's right. But you guys said... You should be ashamed. And their usual bickering continues. Okay. Doop-doo. I got time for some more. Sorry, I was just making sure I didn't, like, get a chair wheel caught up in anything on the wall there or whatever. Supposed to do something with the lever here? Well, the lever has been flipped. I can't say the lever was pulled because that was definitely more of a push. But oh well. Okay. I'm also feeling like sitting up a little bit more right now. So now I gotta figure out do I go all the way back to town, or is this now the time that I try to, you know, get to Oogie Boogie? Okay. Didn't exactly mean to do that, but I'll take it. Okay. So they, like, appear, and after a couple of seconds, then they attack you. Okay. How might I get... Whoa, hello. That's not exactly what I meant to do. Still kind of recovered. Orichalcum, okay. Examine. Where does this lead? Oh, hey, I think this is actually where I need to go. Assuming, yep. Assuming that fighting Oogie Boogie is the next thing, then yeah, this is the place. Figure before I collect all that MP, might be a good idea to heal. Ow. Okay. Torture chamber. Oogie Boogie, give me back the heart.
You want it? Well then, come on over and get it! Ah! Now, let's see if I can get their attention. Oh, hi, boys! This is it? Nobody disrespects me! Nobody!
And here we go. probably shouldn't have stepped on that spot while it was glowing. Down. Then we wind up getting stuff like that. Am I supposed to be able to get up there? Doesn't seem like it. But no. Eventually, I think I do have to get up there, so I don't... Maybe try this one. Oh, I have to do the one where he is. That makes sense. I timed that terribly. Aha. Okay, now we're in the same section as her. Wait, what does the 5 do? Ouch. Where's he at? Where's he at? Gotcha. Oh, come on. He really doesn't let you get a ton of damage on him in one go.
On, baby. On, baby.
Maybe I should have stopped locking on to him for a second there. I think I might have actually been able to hit those dice back if I wasn't focused on attacking him so much. Okay. So yeah, confirmed, can hit the dice block back. Dice blocks, plural. Alright, where is he? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Still got him. There we go. Sweet. Boogie boogie. Defeated. So that heart was a failure after all. Got a holy circlet. And Ansem's Report 7. All things considered, I don't think that even took me as long as Atlantica did.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. But there's more. Whoa, how did he get so big? Look, it's brimming with the power of darkness. Oogie Boogie's drawing power from those dark globs. So we just have to destroy those things, right? Yeah, that's what it seems like. But it's pretty much going to make us start all the way down here. Oh, come on. Find them. Yeah. There's one down. Glob number 2 over here. Okay. Moving right along. Where to next? I guess up here. I realize this is Kingdom Hearts 1, so quoting game number 3 might be a little out of place chronologically speaking, but to quote Sora from Kingdom Hearts 3, up is the usual direction. Now. No! Doggone it. Oh, well. Turns out that actually kind of helped me get to another dark glob that I needed to get to, so it wasn't too bad on the whole. You know, if I really wanted to, I could practically just sit here and farm tech points from deflecting the fireballs, I guess. Okay, but now I need to go even higher. Where exactly up higher I need to go, I am not sure. Whoa, hello. Seems like up here's the next one. Damn. Okay, now what? Apparently there's at least one more dark glob. I'm just not sure where it is. Don't tell me it's like way down at the ground level. Yet, from what I can tell, that might be the most logical option. No, okay. Anything inside this door? Can I even do anything with this door? Seemingly not.
This should help.
Okay, but seriously, where is the last dark blob thingy? Aha! I found it. Now, how do I get to it? Honestly, so far, this battle isn't so much difficult as it is just tedious. There we go. And that's the end of it. And thus ends the House of Boogie. Oh, sweet. Gravity's upgraded now, too.
Sally.
Another one
Why
I've got
didn't
on the
I listen
shortcut
to you?
list.
Don't feel bad, Jack. We'll come up with another plan for Halloween. Next time, we'll do it together.
Aw. I guess we have no choice. We'll have to cancel the Heartless Halloween Festival for now. Here, I want you to have this. Pumpkinhead Keyblade. Visit us anytime, Sora. Next year's Halloween will be the scariest ever. Emotion, memory. We put in all the necessary ingredients. What else do you need to make a heart? What is a heart, anyway? I can't figure it out. And that is where they leave things off. But, yeah. Pretty sure that takes care of everything for Halloween Town. And that also seems like a pretty good spot to stop an episode. So... I guess next time we'll be moving on to another world. I want to say the next one's Hollow Bastion. We'll know for sure next time, though, I guess. Alrighty, but that will do it for recording. And after I check a couple of things for like, equipment and... See, okay, long reach and ability to deal a string of critical blows, but the magic... I think I'd rather keep the MP. Reduces fire, ice, and lightning damage by 20%, also raises max AP. And that'd give me 2 AP in exchange for 1 defense. Plus, I also get ice and lightning resistance, as opposed to just fire. So you know what? Let's go with it. Yeah, after I'm done checking on all this stuff, you know, for like equipment and whatever, I think that is also then going to do it for the live stream. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all have any suggestions for someone to raid, now would be the best time to say it, because I'm still going to be taking a minute or two here to look at abilities and other stuff before I wrap things up. Stun impact is nice, but I also like having the tech boost. Getting a bunch of extra experience from tech stuff is quite handy. I'll give Donald Berserk for now, I guess, because he's got nowhere near enough Relief Bracer. Okay. I think that's all the ability and equipment stuff that I really care to do. Also, feel free to come back on Saturday evening. Well, late afternoon into evening, because then I'll be playing more Kingdom Hearts, just doing like some side questing stuff, and definitely will be free to just engage chat however, however full the chat window gets. But yeah, so that's what's in store for next time. Let me go ahead and figure out somebody to raid here, and then that'll be it for me. So in the meantime, I hope you are all doing well. I hope to see you soon for another live stream or whatever. Feel free to check out my other YouTube videos and VODs and things like that in the meantime. But, yeah. Other than figuring out who to raid, that, I suppose, is going to be it from me. Just trying to figure out who to raid. So we got somebody playing Pacific Drive, which, if that's the game I'm thinking of, it's actually one I saw Jacksepticeye play not too long ago. Or we could go to one of our usual fallbacks, but yeah. You know what? Been a little while since I've rated Empress Chronicle. But her stream hasn't even fully started yet. Well, I guess that means we could be there for the whole thing. Says she's doing art for today's stream. Interesting. Alright, well, tell you what. We'll go with the guy playing Pacific Drive. I know I was kind of indecisive there. Apologies for that. But anyway, okay. I guess that is who we will raid. Goes by Godly Geek, so... Well, we know it's a Christian anyway. Altus! Were you here the whole time? Or did you just show up? Because if you did, your timing is impeccable. I'm about to wrap things up. If you were here the whole time, though, nice to see. Just arrived for the sign-off. Alright, well... Good to see you anyway. But that's going to be it for me. So, yeah. I've been busy in theological discussions. Okay. Fair enough, I guess, as long as we're, keeping it respectful and whatnot. But, yeah, anyway. Alright. Well, time for the raid. But yeah. Till next time. Stay cool, everybody.